Hey guys, what's up? This is Frank from Patriots Sports and Collectibles, and this week we have a fantastic slate of games, including the Thursday night one coming up in about an hour from the time I'm recording this. Bengals Dolphins, it's going to be a great game. I am going to be picking the Dolphins for this one. They look really solid. I mean, they managed to beat the Bills. It was kind of an upset. It was a close game, but they pulled it off, and I think they're going to be able to pull off another nice win against the Bengals. Tua has played great this year. 8 TDs, only 2 interceptions, almost 1,000 yards. He'll get it this game. And Burrow, I mean, he looks all right, but definitely not as good as last year. Both teams have really good top receivers: Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, all of which should be playing today. Waddle is questionable along with Tua, but they will both be playing. Hopefully, Tua's injury will not limit him in any way. Next up, we got Vikings Saints. Got to go with the Vikings on this one. The Saints have just not looked all that good. I mean, Alvin Kamara only has 100 rushing yards, and that's not great. Jameis, he really doesn't look that bad. He just had a broken back, and you can't throw with a broken back. It doesn't work very well. Justin Jefferson, he hasn't had as good of a past 2 weeks as I would have liked or would have expected. He had 2 TDs, but that's just from his first game, and about 100 and some of his 246 yards are from the first week as well. So hopefully his numbers will go up in this week, and I think he's going to be able to lead the way to a Vikings victory over the Saints. Next, we got Chargers Texans. Chargers should really take this one without any problems. Justin Herbert, he should be a little bit healthier than he was last week. 910 yards, 7 TDs, 2 picks is really a pretty good stat line for the year. And it's not like Davis Mills has done all that much, so I think the Chargers will be able to take this one without much of a problem. Keenan Allen should be back for the Chargers as well, which is going to make their receiving core a lot better. And I think all their problems from the past week or two will be fixed. Next up, we got Giants-Bears. I'm going Giants here. The Bears just haven't been able to do very much offensively, in my opinion. And the Giants have looked not terrible. I mean, they played decently against the Cowboys. And Daniel Jones, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he has a lot of receivers that just drop the ball. So if they start being able to make catches consistently, I think they'll be able to move in the right direction. Saquon Barkley, over 300 yards rushing, 2 TDs. He's playing very well. Khalil Herbert also doing pretty well for the Bears. I do know that the Giants lost their number one receiver, but I think that someone else will be able to step up, and they'll be all right for this week. Because the Bears aren't all that great. Next up, Seahawks-Lions. Going Lions here. The Seahawks haven't really done anything since week 1, and Lions they really don't look bad. Goff is over a 90 QBR. I guess Smith has over 100, but really Goff is looking better than he has in past years, and I think that's going to continue this week. Jamal Williams played good for an injured DeAndre Swift last week as well. 4 TDs total on the ground. And I think, again, that's another trend that I think will continue. He's going to play good this week. DK doing okay, but, not much more than that. I mean, I would have expected a couple more TDs in that stat column than he has currently. And I believe Amon-Ra St. Brown is currently questionable, but if he is playing, he's going to make the Lions receiving core very, very good against the Seahawks this coming Sunday. We got Jags-Eagles. Eagles should really take this one. I mean, the Jaguars look very solid. T-Law is doing very, very good. But Jalen Hurts is on an MVP campaign, and I really think he has a shot to win it at this point. He's playing amazing. Good bit of rushing TDs along with all his passing accomplishments. So, really, I think Jalen is going to be able to carry the team to another victory. They are 3-0. I think they'll be 4-0 by the end of the week. Both teams have very good number one receivers, Christian Kirk, A.J. Brown. No one really arguing with their abilities, and I think it'll be a nice showdown for who has more yards and stuff like that. We got Jets-Steelers. This one is probably going to have one of the lowest amount of viewers for an NFL game this week, because both teams just don't really get watched. Then again, Zach Wilson is going to be back, so maybe everyone wants to see him start his second year, see if he starts strong or does terrible. I do have the Steelers winning, but I am basing that solely off the fact that I think Trubisky has much more experience, and I think he'll be able to lead his team to a win. Got Browns-Falcons. Browns should take this one. I mean, Brissett, he hasn't played good, but he really hasn't played bad. I mean, his QB rating's 94, nothing to complain about. And it's not like Mariota's been anything special. Browns' running game has been very, very solid. And so is the Falcons. Cordero Patterson, 300 yards, 2 TDs. So I am kind of expecting him to do big things, but not really. Kyle Pitts hasn't done anything all that crazy this year. 0 TDs thus far. Cooper, 200 yards, 2 TDs. Browns' number 1 receiver. I think he'll show off again. We got Titans Colts. Colts beat the Chiefs last week. I'm gonna have to pick them to beat the Titans. Neither team looks all that great, but I think the Colts are just a little bit better. Matt Ryan over Ryan Tannehill, I think, is kind of a safe bet, even though Matt Ryan really hasn't looked all that good. Derrick Henry is starting to show what he's made of the past 2 weeks, or past week at least, because he played pretty decently last week. And Jonathan Taylor really hasn't been as much of a factor, I would say, as he has been previously. But I think after the Colts get into a bit more of a groove, he'll be able to perform at the high level he did last year, and I would expect to start seeing that around this week and next. Nothing major to speak about with either team's receiving corps, so we're going to move on to Commanders versus Cowboys. Got to go with Cowboys here. Pretty obvious pick. Wentz, I mean, he doesn't look terrible, but doesn't look good. Rush has played, as far as I'm concerned, very, very well for a backup quarterback. You got CD and McLaurin, both good receivers, but I think the Colts, their defense, my fault, Cowboys, their defense will be able to force a lot of turnovers, and the offense will have a shot to score a lot of points. Bills-Ravens. Bills, I think, have a really good shot at this one. I mean, I know Lamar has played kind of outstanding as far as I'm concerned. He might have the highest passer rating in the league of 119. And Josh Allen, I think, is the first quarterback with over 1,000 yards. So, really, both QBs playing out of their minds right now. And I will expect to, I hope I can watch it. I hope it's in one of the games I'm able to watch, because it will be very, very entertaining. J.K. Dobbins is kind of a question mark at this point. Hasn't done anything all that crazy. I believe his first game was basically last week. So we'll see how that goes. Both teams have really good receivers. Stephon Diggs, Mark Andrews leading their respective teams. And I expect this game to be a bit of a shootout, considering the Bills don't have their 2 number 1 safeties. Cardinals-Panthers. Got to go Cardinals here. I think they're better than they look, to be honest with you. When they get DeAndre Hopkins back, the team is going to be phenomenal. Marquise Brown has really stepped into the wide receiver 1 role amazingly. I believe he had like 14 catches last week, which is no easy feat. I think the Cardinals will be able to take that one pretty easily. Next, we got Broncos Raiders. The Raiders have to win at some point. They're 0-3. They need to get moving. I expect them to win. Carr, he's done okay. Russell Wilson really hasn't performed like a $250 million quarterback. That's billion with a B. And you got Josh Jacobs, who could probably be doing a little bit more. Same with Devontae Adams, to be honest. He's had a touchdown, I believe, each of the past 3 games, but in terms of catches and things outside of week 1, he hasn't done all that much. So, looking for one of the Raiders stars to step up this week. Next, we got Patriots Packers. Packers should take this one. Mac doesn't look all that good. May not even play. Rodgers, he's after week 1, he looked like he's doing pretty decent. So, again, expect that trend to continue. That's about it. I think the Packers will be able to take that one. Aaron Jones has looked good this year. Got Chiefs, Bucks. Mahomes versus Brady. It's going to be a pretty good game, I'm sure. Neither quarterback doing terribly, but Mahomes clearly the better of the two right now. I think Brady's been missing some of his receivers recently, and at least one of them is going to be back. Potentially Chris Godwin will be back as well, which will help their offense tremendously. Kelsey has definitely stepped into the number one target for Mahomes with Tyreek Hill being gone. And Leonard Fournette hasn't done all that bad, except not too much in terms of touchdowns. So probably looking to add to that. Last game, Monday night, Rams, Niners. This will also I think be a good game, but I think the Rams will take it pretty easily. Jimmy Garoppolo, just everything that he messed up last week, can't really be talked about enough in my opinion, and I don't think they're going to be able to win games with him, at least not very many. Cooper Kupp, I believe he had a rushing TD last week, which gives him 4 total touchdowns. I do think Deebo Samuel will be able to do something, but it's not going to be enough. The Rams should take this one without much of a problem. If you enjoyed the video, stay tuned for more NFL news, and I will see you in the next one.